Okay, I'm back. Yeah, okay. Ooh, I'm hot now. Now y'all got me burning up. So anyway, we was going to talk about this Palm Sunday. So we're going to go over some history, some events about Jesus, okay? And then we're going to talk about some other things as well. We're going to also talk about things about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I was listening to some of the songs he made, and he's telling his story about what he went through this trial, him not being able to tell his story, how they tried to silence him, how there was lies told, holes poked and everything. It's just a whole lot of stuff he was saying, that he's been given. Okay, Frankie, I'm glad you back, girl. Yes, please hit that like button as y'all come on in. I did put that in there. Let me just hit this. Let me just take this and pin this message. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. My message is pinned. So everybody, know, yeah. Welcome to the Casey McDaniel channel. I hope you enjoy this interesting. I hope you enjoy the interesting topics that I'm going to bring to you. Please be generous, okay? And hit the like button as you come in and as you may go out. All right. So please, as be respectful, and I said, and thank you. All right. So, like I said, I was just talking about our brother Robert Sylvester Kelly. He's going to be coming home soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And if anybody got anything they would like for me to share with them, just give me a second right here. Share. Oh, okay. I don't want to hear share that. Yeah. Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Okay. Now I'm back here with y'all. Y'all see me? Do y'all see me? Thank you so much. So I think I'm gonna share this story, this right here. I don't know if no, this is not gonna be played, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to add this auto. Mm. Wait, let me do this again. Let me stop the share. We're gonna do this again, y'all. Mm. I'm gonna try this one more time. I never really share anybody's stuff, but let me see. Oh God. Okay. Okay, y'all. Now y'all see me in there? I'm trying to share the auto. Okay. I want Oh, you can't see me? Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time because I wanted to play. I don't know how to do it with to actually play the video. Okay, let's do it like this. Let me stop sharing right here. Am I going in and out? I'm gonna try this again, y'all. China. Now, do y'all see me? I don't know where I'm at. Okay, everybody, I'm back here. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to share something with you guys, and I'm having such a hard time doing it. Let me try this. I don't know why I got myself out. Well, I'm gonna have to play around with this thing a little bit more before I can really somebody can help me out. But anyway, we're gonna go back to our Bible story. What I was reading here, we was talking about the book of Matthew 23, and it says, "Woe to you, teachers of law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You travel over land and sea to win a single convert, and when you have succeeded, you make them twice as much a child of hell as you are." You know, like you go in these churches, and sometimes you can come more worse than what you were before you went there. Okay, that's what they do. This is what these churches do. They just mess you up. And I said, if anyone swears by the temple, it means nothing. But anyone who swears by the gold of the temple is bound by the oath. You blind fools, which is greater, the gold or the temple that makes the gold sacred? You also say, if anyone swears by the altar, it means nothing. But anyone who swears by the gift on the altar is bound by that oath. You blind man, which is greater, the gift or the altar that makes the gift sacred? Therefore, anyone who swears by the altar swears by it and by everything on it. And anyone who swears by the temple swears by it and by the one who dwells in it. And anyone who swears by heaven swears by God's throne and by the one who sits on it. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You give a tenth of your spices, mint, dill, and cumin, but you have neglected the more important matters of the law. Justice is part of the law, mercy, and faithfulness. And those are the three things: faithfulness, which means being fair, which is grace, giving grace. You should have practiced the later without neglecting the former. Let's see what it really means, like when it says faithfulness here, because in somewhere else it says something different. It would say something different. Let's try King James. All right, I got to go all the way down here. Okay, it says, wherefore ye be witnesses unto them which killed the prophets. Fill ye up in the measures of your fathers. Serpents, generations of vipers, how can you escape the damnation of hell? Like when you participate in evil with somebody. Hey, Desi. Hi, Desi. How are you? Okay. And Jesus said here in Matthew 23, now this is what he's trying to tell those he are teaching, as people that's following him, like his disciples, of course. And he's saying, wherefore, behold, I send unto you prophets and wise men and scribes, and some of them shall kill and crucify, and some of them shall scourge in your synagogues and persecute them from city to city, that upon you may come all the righteous blood shed upon the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel unto the blood of Zacharias, son of Barachias, whom ye slew between the temple and the altar. Verily I say unto you, all these things shall come upon this generation. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that killed the prophets and stones them which are sent unto thee, how often would I have gathered the children together, even as a hen gathered her chickens under her wings, and would not? Behold, your house is left unto you desolate. For I say unto you, ye shall not see me henceforth till ye shall say, blessed is he that come in the name of the Lord. Is somebody in my back of my house? Okay. Come in the name of the Lord. So what I'm trying to teach to you here, let me put it in the chat. Did I put the chapter in there? Okay. Sometimes, when you follow in Christ, when you follow in Christ, you have to be careful with you got to protect your heart. You are not to give the goodness of your heart to everybody. You have to be very careful to examine things. Like Robert Sylvester Kelly, he was giving his heart too much. Too much. It's okay sometimes to tell people no and mean it and don't feel bad. You got to know when these thieves are coming to rob, steal, and destroy you. You know, you have to, examine things carefully. And it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately. And I'm in Matthew 24, and I'm here down on verse 3. Let me just write it in there. So anytime anybody wants to read it, Matthew 24, verse 3. Okay. And that's where I'm at. Okay. And as he sat upon the Mount Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of the coming and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in his name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many, and shall hear of wars, like we hear now, rumors of war, like we hear now. See that you not be troubled. Don't let your mind be troubled by these things. Right? When you in your spiritual realm with the Lord, you ain't, that stuff to get your spirit all crazy and worked up, and you go out there and start panicking and acting crazy, you know, talking about the world coming to an end, this, that, and the other. No, maybe your carnal world is coming to an end, but you are growing in Christ, so you starting to get stronger spiritually, because eventually you leaving outside of this world, whether you feel it or not. When these things are happening to you like that, you are becoming closer to Christ. And you know how you be afraid to say things. That's why I say I can't go back around these people. Because if I go back around these people, they'll probably make me do something that I don't want to do. You see what I'm saying? Because people spirit ain't you. That's when he said the righteous can't be with the unrighteous. You can't be around people who's just don't have a connection to God. You just cannot. You cannot. Because that devil could be very powerful and really get you to the point where you're going to have to do something and go to hell. Okay? So save yourself. Save yourself. And it says, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that you not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places. All these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Like people that don't like Christ, they be thinking you trying to control you, but you know who they are. You like, look, okay. You get people like that in your space, right? Look at just what happened to this 17 years old boy. And now they kind of condemn this little boy to hell. But he doesn't know how he had that weapon in his hand. He was at this track event. He didn't even know why he probably would have had to bring one. He probably wasn't even expecting to have got into any confrontation with anybody. But do you know that there's times you putting things in your bag and you say, you know what? I think I might need this today. You ever thought about that? No, seriously, have you ever? Please talk to me in the chat. Please, somebody just tell me that you feel what I'm saying. Like, it's just that time you be like, dang, I didn't happen to put this in my bag. And then when you realize you had it in your bag and you take it out immediately, like, I remember how, like how your mind, sometimes you be like, wow, I got this. I'm going to knock this. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised. Yeah, something will tell you that, right? Something told him to stab that kid and make sure he's dead because of the simple fact. And even though the world is acting up against him, but the spiritual powers of the people that's fighting for him, and those people that, especially like people like myself who's strong in the Lord and we praying, those prayers are being going up, and God is hearing those prayers, so He's covering him. So with everything coming towards him, the Spirit is pouring down into some people to protect him. You see what I'm saying? That's how the Spirit of God works. God does not work on carnal. He doesn't. He pours in from he pours His Spirit into you, and then His Spirit will get you to react. Like if I was to pray for something, I'm like, wow, somebody did go over there to see Robert. Somebody like praying for Robert Sylvester Kelly. Like all the prayers that are being lifted are going up to the heavens, and the heavens is pouring it out where Robert is at, so that the people he be surrounded by, he'll be safe. Somebody is going to keep him safe there. Or not only just one person, but two people, three people. And then they get out and then they come out and they say, I want to thank everybody for their prayers. They could give a testimony of what God has done for him. You know what I'm saying? God don't answer certain prayers now. Like people that keep speaking like these evil, wicked, ugly things against this little young man for what he did, like these adults that have been in the world, these people these are Satan people. These are Satan people. And what happened is that as they speak and God ain't listening to their prayers, so God is sending it back to them. You understand what I'm saying? God is sending it back like bow. He's just sending it back. They not. I gotta show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something. Just so something that just recently happened. Remember that number 17. 17. I would text my pastor, but I don't want him on the phone talking to me because they talk too long. You know what I'm saying? Just give me the answer. Whenever you wishing evil, that's why I say I don't wish any harm on anybody, but I have to also guard and protect myself as well. I gotta protect my heart. And when you sending these evil things and you speaking these evil tongues to me, let anything that speak evil against me be condemned. And that's when God is just sending it back. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna put it on me. He's gonna send it back to them. And that's how it's done. That's why I say you got to, life and death lies in the power of the tongue. We all free in Christ. When you get to know the Lord, you don't have to worry about what nobody try to do to you. You don't have to go buy a gun. You ain't got to go buy a knife. You ain't got to think of nothing to do any harm to anybody because God knows how to take care of it. All you got to do is pray. And those prayers are being answered, and God is making sure He cleared the way for you. Wherever you want to go. See, the thing is that I told people, I said that kumbaya stuff, you already know what you're going to face when you go out there to fight against these demonic spirits. Like these people that you already know they're going to have a gun. You already know they're going to have billy clubs. You already know they're going to be out there with dogs. You already know. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put, go in there with and go in there blindly with not praying and covering yourself. Because these people already in their evil thoughts. They already evil. They already got that in their mind. They want to kill. They want to destroy. The devil, that's how he works. That's why before, when we went out there to protest for Robert Sylvester Kelly, before we start stomping the ground, we prayed so that we could be cleared out of safe. I did not go with that other one. That's why I stayed and I did the march with Daddy Lolo, because Daddy Lolo knows how to pray. I wasn't going to go out there and be with somebody that has a demonic spirit and get myself killed in the streets of Chicago. That's why I wasn't out there with that group. They bring in those spirits with them. Not everybody can be around this man and going through this situation? You see how God cleared the way, got them out of the way, and I beat them up all over this, over the YouTube. God is God. He is powerful, y'all. If you don't only learn how to use the word, learn his word, walk with him, and you gotta love him. You gotta be like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? He left this all here for us. Everything we need is right in the word of God. So you can live in heaven right here on earth. Not when you're dead and gone. Jesus is not about the dead. It's the living. He's living right here on earth with you. He left this behind for you to protect you, to give you whatever you need. You seek the Lord, and his kingdom is on earth. He says, as we are in heaven here on earth. Going to funerals praying for the dead. I pray. Oh, I'm going to take you to the word of God and show you that. I was not going to follow that group. That man was demonic. That man was evil. That man was showing his, and people going to fight, and the devil going to lead you right into some chambers of hell. Lead you right into some trouble. We didn't have none of those problems when I went with Daddy Lolo. When I was out there with Daddy Lolo and his crew, and he was leading that protest out in New York, we were nothing but covered by the blood of Jesus. Okay? God kept us safe. I did the prayer for Robert Sylvester Kelly. And if he had more prayer warriors in there with him, he would have been out by now. Some people wasn't praying for that man to come out. Some people was praying for that man to stay in there. Because they don't know Jesus. Not everybody in there know Christ. I wouldn't put myself around that stuff. I got to feel your spirit. I don't just go out there and just put myself in danger like that. You got to stay prayed up. When we were supposed to be out there fighting for this man, if I had more people, because I even said it from the beginning, from the time I started, I said, if you're not covered under the blood, if you don't have a relationship with the Lord, you cannot do this fight. You can't have your mind on money. You can't have your mind on nothing going on in the world. You have to be focused. This is what we come to do. You have to be sending up them prayers, and you got to be really meaning it in your heart. That man would have been free by now. Them doors would have opened up. God would have touched that judge, touched that lawyer, touched those prosecutors. Everything would have just got knocked out of the way. You got to have a strong spirit in the Lord, and you have to be a true believer. Because ain't nothing going to stop you when you got to come through to take care and rescue, him from Satan, rescue him from. This is what it's all about, y'all. What's keeping him behind? Robert, he can't do it alone. He need more prayer warriors. He need more soldiers in the Lord to help him fight against Satan. You saw what these people were doing on these YouTube channels and stuff. These nasty females, these old dirty-hearted people. They were just dirty and disgusting. That nasty Jezebel, she ain't around here no more. God got that out of the way. Hollywood next. All of them that was doing all that evil stuff, and they was all cussing and doing all kind of. Boy, when this stuff first happened with Robert Sylvester Kelly, all the demonic stuff was coming out of people's flesh. There was nothing but flesh around. Even that you can't be in love with money. You can't be in love with things of the world. You can't love this world. When God send you out here to work, you doing the work and the services for the Lord. You ain't here. When you do things for the Lord, when you love God and you bless his name, his holy name, and you give him your praise and everything, it's not enough. It's just not enough. Please hit the like button. Thank you. I see 4 people here. Thank you. Thank you. They're coming in. They're coming in. These people were wicked. Do you really think Levi for Kelly is riding with Robert Sylvester Kelly? I wait. I will wait. You think them phone calls that he had, that he was messing around with everybody with on this YouTube channel talking about that Rob is gonna call. As soon as Robert come out, he coming around with all kind of stuff like, oh yeah, I talked to my cousin today. These people are set up on the platform. Every time you say something about Robert Sylvester Kelly, guess who's most of the people that's over there with him? People from the ops. The ops. He made friends with the ops. Larry, his team, Team Truth. That man has no spiritual discernment. And he's not a friend of Robert's. I didn't have to hear that from any human being. I didn't hear it from the human, but I didn't hear it from a human. I heard it from the spirit. He's part of the setup. And he's still sticking around so he can still try to hurt Robert's fans, make himself R. Kelly, and tell the real R. Kelly stay locked up in jail because everybody want to be R. Kelly. They want to attract all them young girls around them. They looking for clout. They ain't no R. Kelly. They are not his friends. He don't even know these people. They just a fan, just like I'm a fan, you a fan, whatever. They have no. They probably been somebody that might have met him at a party, maybe with the, when Robert Sylvester be doing his shows, used to come in and make a little, his. That's what they do. At that time, I don't think he would do that now. Like go in some club or whatever like that and do like somebody celebrating a birthday and he gonna show up as to celebrate with you as him being a fan, him being your fan. Or they go in a birthday party for him and he shows up and he get to see you. That's how he was. You say, "Oh, Robert Sylvester Kelly, oh, R. Kelly, could you come to my birthday?" That's like him getting out and being interacting with his fans. P. That's they call what they will call PNR, personal relations, public relations. Like you could have something more. You could have that more personal interaction with him. Other than that, those people wasn't people that come in his house and sit down and they have a drink together. Robin ain't let people up in his house like that. Not unless he really knew you and you were really close to like family to him. Like he knew you for a good amount of time and you was like his family. That's the only time you would have seen R. Kelly showing up in your house or even allowing you to be at his house or he's going to be working with you with some music or whatever. And that's how he interact with his fans or people like that. But other than that, that man wasn't out there like that. I doubt if he ever even attended a Diddy party. To be honest, he had his own party going on at sometimes. But I think he was a good husband too. I think he was. But he just stayed busy a lot in his studio working, and then Drea, she wanted attention all the time. So you know what she would do? She jealous of some girl gonna come and take her spot. You know how that is. All these females coming through the door and all this stuff. And he's at the studio, whatever, and all you thinking about is him getting with one of them on the bed, on the couch, or whatever. Okay, you the wife, and he's a talented, gifted man, and women are gonna gravitate to him. So that was her problem. But if she knew she couldn't handle it, she should have said, "Nah, I can't do that." Went and married the other guy she was supposedly been engaged to when she's supposed to have met R. Kelly. So R. Kelly gave her freedom so she could be happy. Okay. But she wanted to still have her cake and she just wanted to control. She wanted to control her. He's not a man you can control him. He's alpha. He's alpha. He just said something in the song about his daughter, about them lies she out there telling. it about her. You know how wicked the mother is, saying them lies to his daughter. Oh yeah. And then he said, I'm coming home. Do I have to play the song for y'all to hear it? Yeah, he ain't gotta have nobody here to talk for him. He know how to talk through his music, and he'll send you a song and say, "Hey, this is what I got to say about that one." Okay, because somebody is working and giving and going to see him and giving him the feedback of everything people are saying about him out here. Don't think he don't know. You don't know no doggone Levi. He don't know no Sharon Wimbush either. Dang on Kelly, where that song at? As you listen to the songs, he's talking to you, his real, true fans, of how he going through what he's been going through. He's telling you the story. He's telling you everything he went through while he's there, what he went through that trial, how they came and got him in the middle of the night and already charged him guilty. Somebody wasn't praying. Oh, it's gonna be more stuff he gonna sit up and tell you. Some people just popped up on their doggone. Ever since that man been in jail, not once have I ever asked for a cash app or a super chat. I left this thing open and free because I want to say that I want to speak it the way I want to speak it. I don't want nobody controlling the narrative that I have to, be in. I'm controlling my own narrative. You see, people giving you money, not all money is good money. And I ain't doing all of that. I'll get my money some other kind of way, but I ain't doing all of that. Okay? Could y'all give me a second because I have to run potty and I'll be back with you. Let me play R. Kelly because they would I love this song. I've been listening to it, child. I've been listening to it. I'll be right back with you, okay? I gotta go potty. They say it's justice, but it's just a disguise. Behind those charges, I see fear in their eyes. They don't want a man to rise from the chains, so they build a case just to bury my name. Took my freedom, but they couldn't take my soul. All I ever wanted was what I was owed. The higher I climbed, the more they schemed. Now I'm sitting in the dark, fighting for my dreams. They'd rather see me gone than see me paid. Locked in a cell, so my music fades. They made up the lies and they play the game. But you can't put chains on a voice with flame. They'd rather jail me than face the truth. Rather silence me than pay what's due. But I know my worth and I still believe even broken wings can find relief. Tried to label me a villain, wrote the script so well. Used the law like a weapon, made my life a cell. But I ain't no kingpin, just a man who said, now I'm caught in this storm, but I still remain. Every hit I made, they still collect, but won't give me credit, just disrespect. Told my story through melodies and pain. Now they twist it all just to stain my name. They'd rather see me gone than see me paid. Locked in a cell, so my music fades. They made up the lies and they played the game. But you can't put chains on a voice with flame. They'd rather jail me than face the truth. Rather
was never about the crime. It was always about the cost. When a man knows his value, they'd rather see him lost. They'd rather see me go than see me rise. Rather take my freedom and hear my cries. But a voice like mine don't fade away. I'll be singing through the bars every single day. They'd rather jail me than face the truth. Rather silence me than pay words do. But I know my worth and I still believe. Even broken wings still fly free. Still fly free. Still free.
He's telling you the story. He's telling you what he's going through there. So if you really a true supporter, don't look back. See where he's at. Lift him up. Pray. And I mean it in your heart. Don't just go there praying and not meaning it. And the thing is your spirit can't be weak. You got to be strong in the spirit. When the flesh is weak, the spirit gets strong. You see? You got to get all that stuff out of your heart. You can't have all that, I want to see people die. And God ain't going to hear those prayers. You know? Like, you can't pray for a person and wishing harm on somebody else. You know? But the thing is that when somebody is speaking something bad about him, let it be condemned. Let it be condemned. Send it back. Send it back. Send it back. You see? All of these are his songs. Letter to my family. A letter to my victims. He said, break every chain. These are all unreleased. A letter to my family. Go ahead, Robin. Woo! See? I've been listening to them and I've been praying. I said, I hear you, Robert. I hear you. You touching me. The word is coming through the spirit. So his real fans are over here. Robert is very strong in the Lord, y'all. Because sometimes you could be old in age according to the man, but in Christ, you could still be a child with a lot of energy and a lot of spirit. See. I like it. Go ahead, Robert. So when he get out, he can work on it a lot more and just like really lift it up. You know what I'm saying? He got to work with what he got right now. So that's how he's doing it. See, Maurice? Look at this. That man been locked up and he's still able to make music through the song. And then he tore it up on residuals. That guy he's working with, Robert East, Rodney East. Hands. See, he done cleansed his heart. He forgiven even those who try to hurt him. Just stay away from me. You know, only way they could come through is they got to be right. This ain't gonna be no come next to Robert Sylvester Kelly, and then the next thing you know, he gonna be like opening his arms to you. He got to protect his spiritual realm. He don't want to go back. He got to protect himself from those people. Before, he didn't understand that when he was letting Lisa Van Allen come back and stay there when she was setting it up. She didn't have no good intentions. He wasn't in his spiritual world with that. He was just all still in his carnal mind. He was in his carnal life, you know. I mean, he was in his heart, but he wasn't examining himself. He wasn't making sure he was questioning things like and going to the Lord that she was clean and she was right. She wasn't clean and she wasn't right. None of them was clean. None of them was right. The only person that was most purest around him was Azrael, but then she didn't know any. She was just, she ain't got no. See, you can't connect with those women that don't have a relationship with the Lord. That girl ain't was raised in no Christian life. She wasn't given no Christian foundation. Whatever they not gonna stand strong. I believe Joy is though. But see how she just got out of the way? She had to give up her mother, her father, her family, and everything because she believed in them. She didn't want to be around them. She couldn't even be around them because it wasn't good for her spirit. It wasn't good for her heart. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to give up your mother and your father, your sisters, your brothers. If they ain't in Christ, you got to give them up and move. Like, remember he told the rich, let's go into that part. Sometimes you got to leave some people behind. When you want to go in the places in your life where you want peace and you want joy, you want happiness, you got to let them people go. Like my sister, oh, it's Easter. You're gonna come over for Easter dinner on Saturday because my husband. I was like, no, I ain't coming on no Saturday. Around those people, all they doing is smoking weed and drinking all day. You know, spirits are just gonna get all crazy and worked up around me. But we're gonna go into the part about what Christ said to the young when Christ tell the young men and everything to come follow him, and he says, oh, he's gonna wait for his father to die, his parents to die anyway. Somebody else is singing this, but Robert wrote the song. Anybody that ain't at the same man, I'm seeking change. Okay. It says right here. I want the new. You go to Matthew's book of Matthew's 10. I'm gonna show you right here. Okay. This is what Christ tells you. He says, Jesus called his 12 disciples to him and gave them authority to drive out impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. He gave you the things that you need to use to drive these people out, like the word, the spirit, and then just speak, and he'll just come and just knock them spirits dead. All right. These are the names of the 12 apostles. Of course, we know who is first Simon, who is called Peter, his brother Andrew, James, Zebedee, and his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector, James, son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. And there's a whole lot of Judas spirits that was around. There's a whole lot of Jewish spirits that was around R. Kelly. They was only around for money. They want a bag. You know, they want to sell him out for money. Okay? Okay? And it says, do not go among the Gentiles or into any town of the Samaritans. Okay? Go rather to the lost sheep of Israel, meaning to your people, who are lost. He didn't tell you to go to everybody else and try to get them right. You're supposed to be preaching the gospel to try to win the souls of your people back to Christ. Because they the lost sheep. See, Jesus didn't come for everybody. He came only for his people. Right? And then you could go to the Gentiles. Once you get yourself together and your people together, then you can go and help the other people over there. But right now it's about us. You know what I'm saying? It says, do not go among the Gentiles or into any town of the Samaritans. Go rather to the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, proclaim this message: the kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal sick people, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely you give. Do not get any gold or silver or copper to take with you in your belt. Don't come out when you go doing the work for the Lord. You're not supposed to be having money bags and gold and like these fake pastors you see, like Jamal Bryant. They all decked out in all kind of fine apparel and everything else like that. They not serving God. You serving them. They giving you the word, but you take the word. You take the word for what they giving you, because it's going to be. But you got to read it. You got to read the word. If you don't read it, then you put no work into it. You get nothing. Okay. It says the journey or extra shirt or sandals or a staff for the worker is worth his keep. Whatever town or village you enter, search there for some worthy person and stay at their house until you leave. As you enter the home, give it your greeting. If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If it's not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home. You don't stay like some people staying on these people channels and fighting with. You staying on channels. And I said that's when I was out here for him. I was like, why is R. Kelly fans right now? We need to get R. Kelly a fair trial. We need to be here for R. Kelly. Where they at? They going over there to the ops platform, listening to the ops talk all these negative, ugly, evil, disgusting things about R. Kelly and just filling themselves with all that stuff. And then they come back and they bring it back on their platform. And then you see, that stuff was destroying his support. It was destroying it. Because now you like, oh, is that what's true? Let me go see if that was true. No, you go to the word of God and you pray about it and you knock them demons out. That's what you do. But they wasn't doing that. They was going from one channel to the next channel, listening to the evil stuff people were saying about R. Kelly and fighting with those people. No, you wasn't strong enough to fight against Satan because you don't know Jesus. You didn't have your armor on. And they would just, and see how they was winning? You didn't have your arm. You sat on Larry's platform. You sat on that one platform. You're fighting with those people. I knocked them out. I was like, look. I was like, here. Back to the pits of hell you came from. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't come over here and mess with me. In the beginning, they tried it. But I used to be like, bam, bam, bam. Knocking them right on out. They don't come over here. It says like this. It says, the student is not above the teacher, nor servant above the master. It is enough for students to be like their teachers and servants like their masters. Like we got to be like Christ. We could be humble, but Christ wasn't humble. You read that red, he wasn't humble. When you came and messed with him, he was like, whoa, and that spirit was strong. His spirit was strong with the Father. He was strong in the Father. All that negative energy you pull in, that stuff breaks you down and make you weak. That will wear you out. We could go out there now, and if we all strong in Christ and we all in the word and we know the word of God as his armor, as his army. Let me tell you that his trial would have been over in Chicago. But the people was not strong. They were there for their own selfish reason. They was caught in their own carnal minds, and it just made it wore them out. But when you strong in Christ, you know them doors was been open. Robert had been walking out that day. Okay? You got to know the power of prayer. That's every day. Not only just with R. Kelly, but that's with anything in life. You better know Jesus. On your children. Look at how much support that young man is getting. Because he had a strong praying family. The only reason why they holding him up in that cell is the simple fact that death threats been coming to his family's house. So they got to find a way. They don't even know if they can have a trial with him in Colon County. But to protect his life from the public, because there's some strong demonic spirits these kids were attached to, because you could tell by the way people have been coming out on the social media and how the things they've been saying. And even with some of the people that said some horrible things on the platform about him, like Anton Daniels, I told them, I said, God could come and take them. Don't everything they said about that young man, those people, I said, look, we'll offer them up. We'll offer them up to you, because that's what they said about him should go on them. Charleston White. I don't give them people no time on my platform. I don't even go to their platform. When I used to go to Anton Daniels when this whole thing was going on with Donald Trump in the election, and I knew, everybody was like, well, you don't vote for no Donald Trump. Let me tell you something. I got the best president ever. Okay? The best president ever. It's not what he say, it's how he's moving. He's in the best interest of the FBA people. That's what we need. He giving us an opportunity to be free from the Democrat Party and stand on our own party. But as long as we up on that Democrat Party, that's going to hurt our reparations. Them Chinese was talking about coming over there to buy some land. Bro, Trump was like, y'all better get up on out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better get up on out of here. That's our land. That belongs to the foundation. That does belong to the black folks. But if they want it, y'all don't stand behind him, and y'all here being mad on that Democrat Party, listening to them Democrats. Them Democrats never cared about black people. They used you as shields. They had you in the front line to fight for everybody else and nothing for you. You the one getting beat upside your head. You the one getting locked up and going to jail. You the one, you the one getting the dogs biting on you. You the one getting hoses, the water hose on you. You getting pepper sprayed. They come and infiltrate all this violence. Get us out there, and guess what? They was out to destroy us. I don't even know if they showed you any of the videos of how many of those so-called angry cult, satanic cult groups were out there to try to snatch one and get one of us. They didn't see none of us there, so they backed off. I'm going to show you the video. Watch. I'm going to show you the video. I'm going to show you the video so you know what I'm talking about. God told us to stand down, rest. They want to go out there and we already gave everybody the warning. Anybody got bust upside their head and dragged or hit by a Nazi or whatever came for you. Okay. Hands off. That was a hands off.
Prices. On day one, Trump's going to lower them. I ain't paying any more. He's going to change things day one. That's what he said. I will not pay any more. None of the socialism crap. It's every man for himself. That's what's going to happen when Donald Trump gets into office. Do your job! Do your job! Do your job! Guys, I'm at the start of the Hands Off Akron. What a turnout.
See how this thing
We have
goes.
some news right now. Massive protests are scheduled to break out across the country. More than 1,100 protests are now planned for today. This is a move on protest, the hands off, the Donald Trump, anti-Elon Musk protest. Now, I am here right now at the massive anti-Trump, anti-Musk protest happening right behind me. We're at the National Monument. Look at this. Let me show you the scenes right now.
You see how they infiltrated? These are supposed to be MAGA. Okay. These are supposed to be Make America Great Again. But because Trump ain't giving them what they want now, they want to turn on Trump. Now they joined in with the hands-off protest, to erupt things. This is what they do.
These protests are coming after Trump crashed the stock market, wiping around $6 trillion from U.S. stock market. This was a result
These
of
foreigners. I'm not. You gotta go home.
Every other nation in the world, and in cases he tariffed some islands which have.
They thought when they got Trump in, Trump was at home playing golf. Now, if he was a real evil president, he could have called ICE and had a whole lot of them put on buses, chained and everything. He could have called the National Guards, called ICE, and just came into just cleaned house. He let them do their thing because they all go. They getting out of here. He is not playing. See, look how they was out there. They ready to confront. They was ready to come for them. I don't know if I could get it that clean. I gotta move this light. It's in the way. Where's the sound? See how he getting his gun?
This one is putting his body on the line here.
See, they out there. They were out there. They were ready. They were ready to get some niggas. They was ready.
Like a damn fool. And I ain't ashamed to admit. I won't do that again.
So on today, I'm proud. I am proud of those of you who stood up for the 92 percenters. I am proud of those Caucasians and those non-African Americans who did all of the things yesterday, honey. If you took the time to make yourself a picket sign, if you went out there, if you marched, if you chanted, if you rallied, if you did all the things.
You think I'm going
I
out
just
there
want
to
to
fight?
come forth on today and tell you thank you and I say you. Especially my people who stood with the 92% and is trying to keep democracy alive, Lord, and it's not African American. Those are the people in particular that I am patting on the back on today. I am giving you all the props on today, honey. I love you guys. I love you, Blue supporters. Stay together, stand strong, stand united. Thank you. And for the African Americans who stayed your ass home on yesterday, thank y'all too. Everybody have a blessed day.
Did you know that yesterday's hands-off protests were peaceful, not because black people didn't show up, but because white people did? Hello, I'm Earl from CBU, Crackers Being Useful, and I want to get into this. I've been seeing some stuff about how peaceful the protests were yesterday, and people are correlating that with the fact that most black people stayed at home. If anything, this proves how aggressive the police are with black protesters. It has nothing to do with the protesters that didn't show up. It has everything to do with the protesters that did show up. It was peaceful because white people are treated differently by the police than black people. And another thing I want to add.
That's what I'm saying.
At the end.
I ain't going out there. I already know how they feel about me. So why I'm going to put my head under the knife? Why I'm going to put my head under the knife? See how God protects us? See how God, you see, he said it. It was peaceful. No police officers, very few police officers. As soon as we would have came out, oh, they were ready. You see how God had to let y'all go out there and fight for what y'all want. We ain't got no part of that. And let me show you this. I did the video already about it, but Trump was getting himself some rest. Y'all could go ahead and out there and y'all could scream and holler, but Trump is y'all could do all that protesting you want. But let me tell you something. This ain't Trump doing. This is God's doing. Okay? So they could get mad all they want. You fighting up against the hands of God. God told us to rest and let them go out there and act a fool. Because they still ain't gonna get nothing. All they're gonna get is 1-800 ICE, baby, ICE. Let me put it in the chat for you. It's 1-800 ICE. Wait. ICE, baby. This is the number you call. Okay? Holman could come and get them. 1-800 ICE, baby. ICE. They could go on back. They could go somewhere with all of that noise. Okay? I was just laughing. And let me show you this one. About the young man that want to kill President Trump. He killed this vanilla. You said Vanilla Ice? Yeah, Ice, baby, Ice. They'll get Ice, baby. You know, we should have said, Holman, come on through. Holman is funny. Let me show you a video of Holman. Holman is funny. Holman is a trip. Holman, he's what? The Ice, Holman Ice. He told the people, the lady was up there talking about, my husband had me cracking up laughing. I like Holman. They told him, you put all the people on the plane, Holman. And they had to turn back. He said, what are you going to do? He says, just get another one. You know. Holman is funny. I like Holman. Holman. Go ahead, Holman's funny.
Thank you. How you doing? My home state, New York. Where's New York at? Give me a shout.
Over here, right here. Woohoo!
Look, for those who don't know me, my name is Tom Holman. I began my career as a Border Patrol agent in 1984. After 34 years, I became the first director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, that actually came up through the ranks. I've worked for 6 presidents, starting with Ronald Reagan. Every president I've worked for said they're going to secure the border. President Trump actually did it. He created the most secure border in our history, and that's a stone cold fact. The data proves it, and guess what? He's going to do it again.
Get him out.
Under President Trump, we cut illegal immigration by 90%, the lowest level in 45 years. Deportations rose to the highest level ever, including historic numbers of illegal alien gang members and criminals. Most importantly, 4 years under President Trump, we had 13 people we arrested on a terrorist watch list. Joe Biden, 381. And let's remember, we got over 2 million known gotaways. How many of them came from a country that sponsored terrorism? God help us. Biden is the first president in American history to come into office and unsecure a border. Who the hell does that?
Exactly. You got to protect your country.
First day in office, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris suspended deportations. They stopped the border wall.
Mm-hmm.
They canceled Remain in Mexico. They reinstated catch and release. They proposed amnesty for millions, along with free health care. And now we have a record illegal immigration, a record number of women and children being sex trafficked.
Yep.
A record number of Americans dying from fentanyl. A record number of known as suspected terrorists sneaking across our border. And here's what you need to know. This isn't mismanagement. This isn't incompetence. This is by design, and it's a choice. It's national suicide. But you know what? On November 5th, the American people do have a choice, and they're going to stop this madness. I got a message. As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens, I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden's releasing our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now. You're damn right. Because you're going home. I got another message. Another message to the criminal cartels in Mexico. You're smuggling the fentanyl across this country to kill 148,000 young Americans. You have killed more Americans than every terrorist organization in the world combined. And that's when President Trump gets back in office. He's going to designate you a terrorist organization, and he's going to wipe you off the face of the earth. You're done. You're done.
He said he gonna wipe you out of here. You're done. And then it was like one lady, she was actually crying. Okay. Now she was actually crying, and she said, well, he's breaking up family. He says, I'm not breaking up families. You're going with your family. You're all going together. I'm breaking the family. She's like crying. Oh, he's breaking up families. And she had an interpreter there, and he says, let her know that we don't break up families. We sending families together. I was like, oh Lord Jesus. I don't care. I don't care what nobody said. I don't care what nobody said. I think we got the best president in the United States because it has become a problem. They coming over. They dumping them, especially in the ghettos of Black America, foundation in our ghettos. Where do you see? I don't know how everybody else. I don't know where you live, how you live in. Are you middle class? You live in a house. You live in an apartment. I don't know how you live in. Okay, but when I go in Wilmington of Delaware, the ghettos of Wilmington and Delaware, all them foreigners up in there with businesses, and none of them live there. They just got their business there, right? Where do you see, and I said this to my family today, where do you see a soul food restaurant in Chinatown? I'll wait. I'll wait. Where do you see your hair supply store in Chinatown? I'll wait. See, Americans got to be smart. That's why Trump is like, you know what? They've been ripping us off forever. And if you think that he's against he's for the American people. If you're a foundation Black America, then you're an American person. If you was born here, your family was born here, you had like 4 generations of your family living in the United States of America, you're an American. Okay. You pay taxes, you build your life, whatever. You born here. Puerto Rico is considered one of our, let me see what Puerto Rico is considered. You're an American too. And then there's some other Virgin Islands that are considered American. Okay. We talking about like people from Dominican Republic, Haiti, Venezuela, Ecuador. Let me show you. So I don't understand how this Latina going to come up here and talk about we are foundation Black Americans, and then you got your culture as a Latina. We talking about Black America. Not saying we don't, consider you American. We just don't consider you a foundational Black American because you come with a mixed culture from another culture, from a Latino culture. You see what I'm saying? We talking about the African slave culture that we had to reinvent ourselves. We had to create a new culture for us because we had to find a way to we got to be able to survive here and left everything else that we left behind in Africa, our language, some of our culture and everything. So we had to be creative. And that's not part of you. You was over there and you was ruled by the Spanish. Let me go find out where the Puerto Rico what let me find out for you. I didn't know all of them. But Tom Homan is a joke, man. He says, "You are going home today, baby. You're out of here. Too much fentanyl, drugs, gang violence, this, that, and we got our own problems in the gutter, in the ghettos of America. Why we want everybody else to empty out their shitholes and dump it on us? We got to clean up. You know, it's been going on too long. And Joe Biden was the worst president ever. He just let everybody just come on in and just take whatever they want from America. They was getting money. They were getting foods. They were actually giving them $5,000 a month. And they was living in hotels. They were living good. I swear to you not. Living better than the American citizens. And you think I want to be on the Democrat Party for them to stay here? Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. When did I get $5,000 a month for food and hotel vouchers and everything to be living in? And I'm not talking about just some raggedy rundown hotel. They would live in the best of New York hotels and in Chicago because they sanctioned cities. Now, when we talk about sanctioned cities and everything, you know, when they opened the borders, like at some point at a time, America have to rescue some refugees, okay, that's being thrown out of their country because of the simple fact that the government don't want these people here. These people have, you know, high crime family. You saw the movie Scarface when they dumped all those doggone Cubans out there in Florida. And they were staying in some refugee camp, and when they got their green card and they came out, they became gangsters and stuff. And they started running having a lot of gang violence and everything. People bodies, they finding bodies all over the place. These people, when you talk about these criminals, like Trump said, these criminals make us look good. When I'm talking about they some vicious criminals. And the things they do to children. They sell traffic off children in this trade. It ain't only just drugs and stuff. They bring children, drugs, fentanyl, all of that stuff. They send these children to these Diddy parties as party favors. These people are wicked. And you want them in your government? They be like, oh, no, no, no. Stay your ass on over there in your country with that shithole country, or go try to find yourself somewhere else in the other foreign country, and they could take in some of y'all, but y'all can't stay here. We got enough on our hands. We got the American ghettos all messed up. We got to get our shit cleaned up. Our prisons cleaned up. You should see what goes on in them. My brother, who's locked up, told me that they be fighting up in there all the time. Stabs. I'm talking about bodies. The gangs. Okay. It was the one. What was I saying? I was going to show you. Oh, the little boy that tried to kill President Trump. Listen to this. You gonna see this. This is those Nazi. They in these little terrorist groups. This Tina, I don't want to read it. I want to show the video. He killed his parents first. After he killed his parents, he wanted to come and kill the president. Okay, he wanted to kill the president. He had all this stuff. How he gonna get and kill President Trump? First, he killed his parents. Let me show you the video. Y'all think you know people out here, and he don't sound like an American. To me, he don't. And then they got the nerve to give him $100 million bond. No, he shouldn't be getting no $1 million bond. He should be staying in jail. Let me tell you how crazy some spirits are out there.
Search warrant, unsealed Friday, details a murder plot as part of a plan targeting President Donald Trump. The documents attribute that plot to 17-year-old Waukesha student Nikita Kassab. Charged in the shooting deaths of his mother, Tatiana, and stepfather, Donald Mayer, inside their home February 11th. According to prosecutors, the teenager stayed inside the home with their bodies for 12 days.
Victim B body was appeared to have been deceased for some time, was unable to definitively identify who it was.
Police arrested Kassab in Kansas weeks later, finding him with his stepfather's car, gun, and $14,000. The motive for the murders, according to the federal warrant, was to use that money to fund a plan calling for the president's assassination, to, quote, foment a political revolution in the United States and save the white race. According to the records, Kassab shared an affinity for the neo-Nazi group, the Order of Nine Angles. And they also reference a 3-page manifesto quoted as saying, as to why, specifically Trump, I think it's obvious. By getting rid of the president and perhaps the vice president, that is guaranteed to bring some chaos. The records show Kassab on the platforms TikTok and Telegram discussed buying a drone to use in an attack. And investigators say he told a classmate, quote, when they saw 10 consecutive attacks in the news, it would have been him.
Okay.
Everybody is doing this.
You see, he's trying to kill the president. And this happened in February, y'all. 17 years old. They giving him a $1 million bond, and he killed his 2 parents. Now, tell me how is that? That's insane. You're gonna put this evil, crazy young man back out there? Like, I hope nobody ain't had no GoFundMe out there for him. Trying to kill the president, and he killed his 2 parents. I don't even think the kid is American. I gotta read it. And let me show you this one. Now, this channel here, this is the one I wanted y'all to go to. I think I put his thing in there. Introvert rock star. Oh, he did a good found out that the twins, remember the twins, one of the twins, their father's a doggone sex offender. That's why he came out and said, I don't want this to be a race. He said, well, made a bad choice because you know why? He ain't let nobody do research and find out he's a sex offender. The one that's dead, the one that got stabbed to death, his father is a sex offender. I'm going to show you. I be staying on top of things, boy. I got to know how to watch myself out here.
Hey, TikTok, I told you that when I came back, I would share some
I gotta turn this
information
light off.
with
Wait, hold
this
up. Let me turn this light off because
So
this keep getting a glare. Okay, maybe y'all can see it better this way.
4:30, I came on and I shared this.
See the picture?
No other network has done this. You've seen it first, right
Dang, I
here
wish it
with
wasn't.
me. Breaking news. Jeffrey Metcalf.
Wait, I can't get it.
I broke it to the internet. Now, if you see it anywhere else, just know where they got it from. They got it from me. No other news network, no other TikToker, no other creator has this. So, I'm asking you now to share this video to everybody. I want this video on everybody FYP. You see, the more people that sees
It's
this,
kind of hard to see it with my phone, the glare.
it creates support for Anthony. because the narrative needs to be changed. I honestly think in my heart of hearts that those boys wouldn't be the boys they are if it wasn't for this clown. That's why I say Anthony needs to be released on his own recognizance, and this clown needs to take his fucking place. Don't like this video. Like it, repost it, and share it.
And before I go all the way in on this video, can y'all do me a favor? Can y'all please go follow this content creator on TikTok, because he was the first one.
His name, wait, let me find out. What's his name again? You can go to Introvert Rockstar if you need to see the video, but I just wanted to just show y'all that how hypocritical this is. You seen that 17-year-old? That took place like around February, and it just came up, and I was like, "Whoa, he was trying to kill the president." And then this one here, the Introvert Rockstar just did, and the father of the twins, Hunter, is the only one alive right now. And the other one name, of course, was Austin. That they mother and father was divorced in 20. See, we got to do our own research. When they putting our brothers and sisters in the prison, I wish I had these dudes on our team with Robert Sylvester Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit right here would have been done. Because they've been doing it. I like this team. I like the way they work to get things done in the community of what's going on, and young people being put in jail, and then they just throw them away and nobody cares about them. Nobody heard about them or nothing like that. But these guys, they be going digging deep for the information, and they be going in. And so that's how come this young man, Anthony, he's going to have a great defense. And I told the mother, don't use no black attorney from no, I said, watch the movie, A Time to Kill. You got to get one of their best attorneys over there. Okay. We got to get one of their best attorneys to order for you to fight against what's going on now with your son. If they get, and of course there's going to be some evil people that's going to try to do some things, because in that movie it tells you like all the other stuff, the corrupt stuff that was going on in that town after they took that man's daughter. They raped that little girl. They destroyed her womb and everything. That father was like, he took justice. He took that. He handled that street justice. He went and got his gun, waited for them, and he shot the living daylights out of them. And then he had to go to court for it. His life was on the line. So he had to get himself the attorney. And then the Black Caucus and all of these NAACP people came, and the minister, he's like, look, I don't want y'all messing with my money. Okay? That money is supposed to go. That took a collection from the church, right? I want that money to go pay for his law fees. And then on top of that, I want this to go to my wife and my family. Because, see, they be doing shit like that. They be coming for the money, and then the next thing you know, they get in front of the judge and everything, and they just give you a miscarriage of justice. I don't trust black attorneys, because right now we can't afford to use none of them, because they sell out too quickly for a dollar. We got too many Judas, greedy, black. Notice Ben Crump didn't come, the ambulance chaser, because black community they came for him. They said nope, they don't want him, Al Sharpton, none of them, because they never did anything for us. They sit us out there. Let you listen to the best person I could think you could tell you this is this dude. I found his channel. I love Black. I call him Black Jesus. His name is, we call him the Black Alpha. The Black Alpha network. He's bad too. I got a whole lot of them, boy. These are the kind of brothers you want on your team. I'm telling you, they good. They are good. They be on it. Alpha. Yep, he be on it. Because we ain't dealing with them kind of people no more. We got to deal with it ourselves. We can't mess around with these organizations. All of them are attached to some iron triangle. They all in some kind of organization like the Divine Nine and all that other stuff. They beta males. All of them are beta. Okay, the pastors and all of them. They don't want to be. We don't want to deal with them. We move with spirit. We on that kind of level of what we do. That's what we do. We move with spirit. We don't deal with these people. These people that have every black person killed and murdered on the street, and then they want to go march and protest. We ain't doing that. Where is? I was listening to it. Let me go to my Facebook page. That's the best place I could go. Is my Facebook page. Let me go to my Facebook page. That's the best way I can do it. I ain't messing around with them people. Go to hell with that. Don't come. Don't. Why are you even answering me? Y'all sitting up there going to go curse and say these horrible things about a brother. I don't think I'm gonna sit there and listen to that. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take care of mine just like you take care of yours. Everybody for himself, for his own people. I'm trying to go there, y'all. Okay.
Take your children out to school.
I like this one.
24 years. They stopped teaching them years ago. You just didn't know. You just didn't know. Education went to hell years ago.
Sure
They
did.
taught them compliance. They stopped teaching them to think. Analytical thought went out the window with state exams. Those state exams are just being used to track your children, to determine who's going to college, to train them to support this godforsaken system, or the rest that's going elsewhere. They have pushed us into prison. I don't care how you look at it. If you're in corporate America, you're imprisoned by your lifestyle. If you're in the government, you're imprisoned by your job with good benefits. You understand? If you are on subsidy, you're imprisoned by their benefits. We have to get out their system, pull yourself out, pull your dollars out, and level it.
There you go. That's what we got to do, y'all. These people are out there stomping the grounds. And y'all, you can't sit around and think these people are here for us. They're not here for us. I like this one, too. She went in on this white woman. She went in.
One of the things
Where is it? I shared it.
say to yes, no, go back to Africa, bitch. I ain't never been there. I don't know how to get to Africa. I've never been to Africa. You can't tell me to go back to Africa. You know, y'all gotta stop letting shit bother y'all. When people come talking to y'all like that, y'all gotta learn how to let that shit go. Cause bitch, I ain't never been. I ain't even been on a trip there. That's not even a destination spot for me. Nor a vacation, bitch. I can't go back to somewhere I ain't never been. Okay, only place I'm going back to is to sleep. Bitch, when I go back to take a nap. Yeah, I don't even go back and forth with nobody on the internet, bitch. Let alone go back to Africa. And you talking about go and pick cotton. I have never picked cotton day in my life, bitch. You can't tell me to go pick something I ain't never picked before. Only thing I picked was the wrong motherfucking niggas. That's all. That's the only thing I know how to do. I picked the wrong batch of baby daddies. That's it. That's what you can say about me, bitch. Go pick the wrong nigga again. Now that may get you slapped in your mouth, but telling me to go back somewhere I ain't never been, bitch, fuck you. How about you get your ass back on the Mayflower? You ain't never been there, have you? Yeah, that'd be stupid. You'll be like, bitch, hey, I ain't never been there. Yeah, you can't get mad at that because you ain't never done it. Yeah, so fuck you and your grandmammy.
I like what she said. Take your ass back on the Mayflower. See, this is the father. I got a picture of him. I did take a picture. How does this thing go? He's a sex offender. This is the father of Austin McClef. You see them standing there with the rifle. That's their father. He has a police record. Jeffrey Charles Metcalf, right? And Jeffrey Charles Metcalf was arrested on June 14th of 2011. Yep, 2011, and was a sex offender. That's why he was trying to come and clear things up, because he didn't want people to go looking back in his background to find out who he really was. Okay? And he got them boys. Well, I told you them boys was being trained to be like that 17-year-old that killed his parents. That's why when you bring them up with that kind of spirit, it's going to turn on you. You know, they brought him up with them guns and all that other thing. And he's a sex offender. But where's the one I'm trying to, I know I shared, wait, I'm trying to find, I love this one. When the dog, that was so cute. I don't think I have it here anymore. I know I shared it though. Oh, he called him the Mayo Mob. Yeah, this is black.
Self-defense.
assert the Afro-American right to self-defense. The Constitution of the United States of America clearly affirms
this won't be really long, sorry.
To bear arms. And as Americans, we will not give up a single right guaranteed under the Constitution. The history of unpunished violence against our people clearly indicates that we must be prepared to defend ourselves, or we will continue to be a defenseless people at the mercy of a ruthless and violent racist mob. And what you and I have to let the man know is we are peaceful people. We are loving people. We love everybody who loves us. But we don't love anybody who doesn't love us.
Amen.
Jim, what y'all think? If you whatever the fuck you think you are, until we own some shit, I'm gonna call it like it is. How you gonna be a man and we starving? You know? Cause you can walk by 5 different houses, ain't a man in either one of them motherfuckers. How we gonna be a man? How we gonna be African Americans? We out here dying. We dying, and we niggas until we set this shit right. Trust me when I tell you that shit.
I love it. These are the brothers R. Kelly need on his team.
Whole family, do you hear me? Stress getting major. Mama raised a hellraiser. There they go. Foundational Black American Certified Black Society. Where you at right now? Tell the whole goddamn world, because I'm going to need you more than ever.
We are the soul
yes,
to America.
I'm going to need you to tell me what you represent, what concrete you stomping on, where your ancestors are from. Put it in the chat. Roll call, roll call. We going all the way in. No compromise. That part, that part, that part. Black Alpha Network in the building. Y'all know we always win. And how we win, y'all? By a goddamn knockout. And we gonna keep on winning by a knockout. And that means peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. And F you to anybody who don't like it, because I'm certified and I said so. Black Alpha Network, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. How this thing going? #1 activist, Certified Black Society, the voice of empowerment. We in here deep, 300 plus in less than 3 minutes. So imagine what it's going to be when we keep on pushing, y'all. The sky ain't even the limit. The sky ain't even the limit. Virginia, I see you. Alabama, I see you. Houston, Boogie Down Bronx, San Francisco, Oklahoma in the building, Pittsburgh in the building, Detroit in the building. Yes, indeed. Miami in the building, DC, Bay Area. Yes, indeed. Lafayette, Louisiana, Cleveland 216 in the building. Certified salute all the way across the board, all the way across the country, from me to you. Let's go to work, y'all, and we're going to show them what it's like when they come around our family, when they disrespect our family, when they got some type of issue, some animosity with this lineage, heritage, and culture. We going to turn all the way up. And the best way to show everybody that way is to be on code. The best way to be on code is to be on code more than ever. And if you on code more than ever, that means you don't take nothing. And that's exactly what we do, fam. We don't take nothing. All we do is run it. Fam, I've been waiting on this one. Y'all know what it is. This is going to be a great episode, an exquisite broadcast, and I cannot wait to get into everything that we're going to get into. We're going to talk about what's going on down in Texas with Carmelo Anthony. We're also going to talk about Noah Bush, the young brother here, and the work that I was doing. We're going to break that down. We're also going to start talking about Roger Fortson. Y'all remember that. We're going to go through the whole thing. This is going to be a very, very thorough episode, and we're going to break down a lot of things in the system of supremacy. We're going to do a lot of talking. We're going to get to the points. We're going to sit here and conversate amongst each other, but everything we do is going to be amongst each other. That's how we are. I need everybody in here right now. Share this video, because we're going to get this all the way out. Y'all know how they running around and they want to dictate to us. It ain't like that no more. We do all the dictating, all right? We do all the stomping the yard. We do all the winning. Ain't no room for nobody other than FBA. Let's make that crystal clear. And whether they see it or not, we going to show it. That's how we do it. That's how it is, and we run it, y'all. Everybody in here, every single one of my brothers and sisters, all of your family, we all have the right to do exactly what our great, great, great brother Malcolm X was saying.
and that is to self-defend. Self-defend and hold yourself down. Not asking, not hoping, not wishing, not begging, all right? Let me tell you what we ain't going to do. We're not going to ask anybody. We're not going to be begging. We ain't going to be out here praying. We're going to be hell raising. And you're going to see some hell raisers, and we're going to turn this thing up, flip this thing upside down. If you want to go there, we're going to bring it, all right? When we say this is different, when we say this is the reparations generation, one thing that we going to repair, y'all, is folks thinking they going to disrespect us. One thing that we going to repair, y'all, is them folks back in the day that was okay with being mistreated, saying if my family's family gets through this, hopefully one day. We don't wait for the future. We get it in now. We don't wait for no answers from anybody else. We got all the goddamn answers. Self-pride will take you a very, very far away. But let me tell you what self-pride does first. It lets you know who ain't gonna do nothing to you. That's what it is. And anybody who knows a great foundational Black American quote, let me go ahead and state it for everybody that's watching. It's called, you don't start none, there won't be none. And if we take it all the way there, I guarantee you ours go further than yours. And they're going to find out. That's what it is. And we showing and proving, putting on the show. That's who we are, family. So everybody knows what's going on down there in Texas. And you're hearing a lot of things come out from the other media outlets. But what we're going to do, family, we're going to break down what's really happening, and we're also going to break down what we're going to do for it. This is a very, very pivotal time, and I'm going to tell you why. Man, we on code. Oh, we on code right now. Have y'all seen the support that foundational Black Americans have been on? Have you seen us rallying behind? I want you to go back to the Trayvon Martin. I want you to go back to the Freddie Gray. I want you to go back to the Mike Brown. Look at how Black folks responded then, and look how we are responding now. There's a big damn difference in between both of those. And we're doing it real live, okay? Notice how we said, okay, y'all want to raise money for y'all folks? Go ahead, we're going to raise money for ours. I see you. I spot you, George Zimmerman. I spot you, Daniel Penny. I spot you, Kyle Rittenhouse. I spot you, every single supremacist or want-to-be supremacist you can find, and I'll raise you a Carmelo Anthony. But difference is, y'all, this generation, we coming with it. We going to put the dollars behind what we got to do. We told them, it ain't just in the political world. It's the social world. We get busy anywhere you find a foundational Black American. Trust and believe. Yeah, trust and believe. You believe and you shall receive. And what they receiving right now, they receiving the message delivered. That foundationals, we on the same page. We riding together. If one of our brothers is dealing with the system and they trying to railroad one of our brothers, we not sitting back saying, well, we just gonna let it happen now. No, hell no, we not. And everybody knows the situation of defense. And let me tell y'all, they've been having us in this rat race. They've been having us on the treadmill where they just play games with us. Y'all know the games. We're going to break down all the patterns and that what they do in supremacy. You can go all the way back, fam. It's always, we don't know yet. We can't figure it out. Wait till all the facts come out. You can literally see somebody with a knee on their damn neck, and they're going to tell you it wasn't the knee, it was fentanyl. You can literally see somebody get yoked up from behind. They're going to say, it ain't the choke, it's obesity. These people just say what they want to do. See, living in the system of supremacy is living in dictatorship, all right? One thing people don't do enough is they don't apply the term dictatorship to supremacy. That's where I'm a W when I say so. That's where that comes from. And people are only dictated to if they allow themselves to be dictated.
Amen.
See, we don't allow it. Back in the old days, it allowed. See, family, in life, it's as simple as this. What the hell you allow and what the hell you don't allow. What the hell you let someone get away with versus what the hell you don't let them get away with. You see the difference in reality. You see the difference in the way we move, family. That's how we get down. See, we all got an attitude about ourselves. And see, an attitude doesn't have to be frustration, don't have to be irritation. An attitude is simply an energy. And your energy will move mountains. Trust me, y'all. You
I told y'all.
In a room, a foundational Black American walks to that room, everybody gonna go to the side. Everybody gonna go to the side, okay?
Mm-hmm.
See, I had a problem with years ago, people out there begging and saying it's okay and thanking the people who whooped up, saying I'm glad I got my ass whooped in Selma. Let me tell you what that did. What that ended up doing, y'all, that put out a negative energy. See, I'm big on energy. You're big on energy. We are energy people, vibration, frequencies. That's who we are. When you put out the energy that allows people to feel that they can play you, hustle you, put their hands on your goddamn women, that is what you will get, all right? You put out that energy, that's what you will receive. So when you get a bunch of Negroes to get on TV and say, I'm glad I got my ass whooped now, thank you, Mr. Officer, what happens? Not only do you allow the dominant society right here in America to say, hold on now, we can put our hands on their children, and they'll not only beg, they'll thank us for it. Think about that. You allow somebody to feel it's okay to put their hands on you. Right here in America, they watch it. And then guess what they do? They pump that signal out to the world. This is why somebody will fly all the way over here from Asia, and then they'll try to put their hands on our sisters in the store. They'll fly all the way over here from the Middle East and try to put their hands on our sisters in the store. The reason why they do that, because John Lewis was running around here, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton was running around here, and what were they doing, family? They were putting out the energy in the world based on energy that it's okay to harm us, and not only that, you will get away with it. Not only that, you will make some goddamn money. It is a come up. It is a bag to harm foundational Black Americans. Not any goddamn mo.
I know that's right.
And now you're seeing if you harm a foundational Black American, the bag is going in the other direction. And now everybody's upset because they don't like the way that we've been rounding around our brother Carmelo. They don't like that. Bam, go back to 5, 6, 7 years ago and the way things went down. Back in the old days, Black folks didn't do nothing but cry. Cry became medicine. They said, you want some justice? No, I'm going to go back here and cry now. You want some reciprocity? No, I'm going to go back here and cry now. What you want to do? I just want to cry. I want to beg, cry, and pray. Beg, cry, and pray. That's all they want to do. They want to go lay down and take a nap. We ain't doing that no more because we watched the way it went down. We seen Obama get on national television and say, Trayvon Martin could be my son. What you going to do? I'm the president for everybody now. We seen it, y'all. We're not going through the same thing. All right? We're not going to be stuck still. The message will not be stale anymore. This is so pivotal, y'all. Damn the goddamn election. We whoop the Democrats and we'll whoop the Republicans, anybody who want to get in our way. Damn the politics. Now we're talking about social. All right? Social means real life. And in real life, y'all, we ain't let nobody put their goddamn hands on our kids. Never. And then they're not going to play in our face. In 1 minute, when it happens to them, it's tears. And then when they do it to you, it's cheers. We ain't going to let nobody be the villain and the damn victim. We're not letting that go on no more, okay? Because if we do, then all of this is for nothing. Reparations is for nothing. Tangibles is for nothing. Black empowerment, Black excellence is all for nothing. Because you can talk that all goddamn day you want to. You can speak that until the goddamn cows come home. But then if you turn around and say reparations on Thursday, somebody harms your child on Friday, and then you get to thanking the people and praying for the people, you just nullified every damn thing. And we're not doing that no more.
Exactly.
There's time for begging, praying. There's a time for joking and playing, but it ain't in the middle of a race war. How old is everybody in the chat? Are you 40? That means you've lived 40 years inside of a race war. You're a race war survivor. You 50? That means you've lived 50 years inside of a race war. You 16, you 20, you 22. How old are you? However old you are, I want you to take your age and attach it to the term race war survivor.
Race war survivor.
And do not let entertainers, politicians, ice cream, food, restaurants, joking around, comedians, don't let any of that make you too comfortable. Because we still living in the SOS, the system of supremacy. And let me tell you about the system of supremacy. It's designed to come after our people. 47, 29, 27, 31, 57. A bunch of race war survivors, y'all. Okay? 56, 52, race war survivor. Congratulations, fam. You went further than everybody else has. And we're going to continue to go further because the game is to be here. It's not to be gone. It's not to have somebody wipe you out. I seen a story about a foundational Black American woman. This woman was 78 years old, lived 78 years, and some dusty W who was 17 years old took her out. Imagine living that long just for some little punk to take you out. You understand what I'm saying? We're not going for that no more, fam. We're not going for that. 59-year race war survivor. Absolutely. 53-year race war survivor. I see y'all. 65-year race war survivor. I see y'all. That's how we doing it, y'all. We real heavy in here. And we going to survive and we going to continue. And the way you do that, family, got the answers. The answers is there, fam. It's all family. It's family. You turn to family when things get real. When things get true, you go to your family. You don't go to nobody else. You don't go to nobody else. You go straight to your loved ones. And that's what we all with it right now. I see a lot of things out here, family, that I know for a fact we're not going for anymore. The tide is turned. We done changed. Okay? This is what I was saying the other day. This isn't 4, 5, 6 years ago. We're going into the new era. And I got to say this, and I've been wanting to stress this for a long time, okay? Let me say this, fam. I know y'all going to feel me. Go back to the civil rights era, okay? Think about the civil rights era. Started in about 1955 when soldiers were coming home from World War II, defended this country and seen the way that they were treated, okay? You went over there and you freed a whole nother group of people and you came here and you couldn't even get a hot dog, right? Remember that? Okay? Think about the civil rights era from 1965 all the way to 1970. It turned. Did it not turn, y'all? Go back to 1955 and it was We Shall Overcome, and it was the Montgomery bus boycotts, and it was walking down the street, and it was Can't We All Get Along?
And then something happened. Something kind of took a turn. Do you know that the 1970s, we got to quit calling the 1970s the civil rights era. The civil rights era was from 1955 to 1970. From 1970 all the way to 1980. That was the Black Power era. They weren't singing songs in the Black Power era. Go ahead and think about them folks out there getting whooped on, thanking the people who whooped them. I want you to remember that in the 1950s and 60s. And then think about the leather coats, the afros, the power tools, and the black fist. That all came about in the 1970s because the kids in the 1970s said, we ain't going to take that same shit that our parents took. Trust and believe. And we got something for them damn water hoes and them dogs. That's when it turned. So no longer are we referring to that as a civil rights era. Civil rights was the 60s. All right, black empowerment was the 70s. And then you've seen a shift of all of them beggars and pleaders. Then you started to see the riders. How do we know? Because half of our goddamn family were a bunch of riders. Yeah, the ones that didn't make television, but were putting in the goddamn work. All right, the Tupac Shakur family, you know what I'm saying? Assata Shakur, Afeni Shakur, Mutulu Shakur, just to name a few. Those are ones that was in the headlines. Huey P. Newton, headline. Okay, Bobby Seale, headline. But for every one of them, there were thousands of your people. And your people weren't playing them games. That's where the hell we are right now, family. If you want to pick a start date for this era, okay, because we knew what it was. I always say the yes we can era and then the hell to the no era. When do y'all feel the hell to the no era started? I feel it started right around the time we got Obama the hell up out of there, okay? Because it was a yes we can, Black Lives Matter, woo, woo, woo. It was all that, right? Family, that was 10 years ago. That was 10, 12, 13 years ago. Fam, we are moving into the 1970s portion of our generation, and our generation is different. We're not in that era of the Black Lives Matter. Where they at? Where they at, family? Where's D-Ray? All right? Where Black Lives Matter? Where is Sean King? Where's Rachel Dolezal? They're gone. Them people ain't around no more. They've all been replaced with new people. It's all about a new era and a new element, passing the baton. We have essentially replaced them. You don't see them same faces that you've seen. Family, that was 13 years ago. Don't run around here still thinking it's that. It's a new shift. The way they shifted out of We Shall Overcome, and they shifted into Free Huey, and they shifted all the way into Black empowerment, the way we're shifting out of the yes we can to the hell to the no. Hell to the no, you won't harm my family. Hell to the no, you won't harm my wife. Hell to the no, you will not harm anybody who is a foundational Black American child. And hell to the no, we're not stepping away from each other. We're connected with each other. And this situation right now is setting the precedent, y'all. And the world is watching and everybody's on it. And this is going to be the thing that turns this all around. So now they see that FBA are on code. See, they love us when we off code. When we off code, family, oh, they love that. They love when foundational Black Americans are off code, when we go in every direction. And they're going to throw out a lot of people that's going to try to have you going in a bunch of different directions. Yes, the hell they are. But the more they do that, the more we're going to show them. We are stronger than ever. We are on code more than ever. And what puts out the message that FBA is on code more than them dollar bills, than GoFundMes, than fundraisers, than telling everybody we standing next to ours? Family, that's going to set something different. So they thought the election and us saying hell no to the Democratic plantation and taking that down, if they thought that was a signal, wait until we show them the signal that you ain't going to be harming our children. And you ain't going to be blaming us for being the victims. And we got our money to prove it. Ready for the ride? Let's go. Here it go, family. Certified salute to the whole team. Black Alpha Network in the building, in the place. Activism in they damn face. This is what's going on down there in Frisco, Texas. And a lot of the brothers and sisters have been doing our own investigating. And what have we came to find, y'all? Is that it ain't what they said it was. Let's go.
Because why is this child gone? Because he was getting up in this child's face. I know you guys have been familiar with the story. This is Carmelo Anthony. He's being held on $1 million bond for the unaliving of Austin Metcalf. Now, when the story had initially broke, obviously a lot of people are on the side of Metcalf because they didn't really know the full story. That was until the local news had published Anthony's statements that were submitted in the police report. Now, according to the arrest affidavit, it stated that Anthony had confessed to the incident, claiming that he was protecting himself. The article goes on to say that one witness reported and told police that Metcalf had told Anthony that he would need to move out from underneath the tent, according to this affidavit. Just for reference, it was a rainy day, and Anthony, who was underneath the tent, was asked by Metcalf to get from underneath the tent. while it was raining. Now, the witness went on to tell police that Anthony stated, "Touch me and see what happens." And then that's when Austin Metcalf reportedly touched Anthony, because why would you touch a person who said, "Touch me, see what happens"? After touching him to see what happens, which is just crazy work, Anthony told Metcalf, "Punch me and see what happens." Soon after, the witness stated that Metcalf reportedly grabbed Anthony to tell him to move, at which point the affidavit continues that Anthony reportedly pulled out, to the witnesses recalled, was a knife and stabbed Metcalf once in the chest before running away. After the incident, Anthony was arrested, and his lawyers are claiming self-defense, which it sounds like, especially according to those witnesses, and they're asking the judge to lower his $1 million bond. Anthony is being held in the Collin County Jail on a 7-digit bond, which is about $1 million, and he's being charged with first-degree unaliving. Now, after briefly meeting with his client, Carmelo Anthony, his attorney stated that, "I know that my client said it was self-defense, and I don't have any reason to disbelieve that, but I need to develop facts, talk to people, and figure out what's going on before I make a statement about what I think happened. I don't have any reason to think it wasn't self-defense at this time." Anthony's family has shared a support fund on GiveSendGo.com, and they've raised about $84,000 to their $100,000 goal. I'm not here to question why Austin Metcalf decided to put his hands on another child, because, again, he's gone and he can't answer those questions. But let this be a testament to tell you that you do not have the right to touch somebody or enter into their personal spaces. Because, unfortunately, violating somebody's personal space made Austin find out the hard way.
You goddamn right. You done found out the hard way. And it's going to stay that way. That's just what it is, fam. So apparently what ended up occurring, fam, and there's a lot of smoke going on out there, and this is why you have the real grassroots media opposed to the mainstream media, because all the mainstream media does is give you a course in supremacy. So our brother was down there. He was approached by this two football players, right? Y'all know what that automatically, with a black person, that's already enough. They send you to jail on that, okay? And basically, a bullying campaign was going on. Now, it's funny that America lives in this system in society, but they want to talk about bullying all goddamn day long. We need to quit. Bully. What happens when one of those W's goes into a school and starts just airing the school out, right? They come up with all these things and what we need to do. And mind you, the statistics prove that they are the #1 producers of that type of crime. Yeah, on this episode, fam, we break it down the system of supremacy and the way we function and maneuver all the way around that. It's about to be real up in here tonight. Smash that like button. Yes. So our brother was approached. And after he's approached, these people are aggressive, acting in a aggressive fashion. Now, once they are out there absolutely 2 against 1, now once they start to aggress and initiate and put some type of physical contact, now you've turned this into an assault. Y'all know what it is. How many times you see out there where a brother or sister is doing something in the dominant society, they'll bump into you and you'll say, "I'm sorry," and the lady will fall on the ground and be like, "You hit me." Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? Once you initiate contact in an aggressive fashion, that becomes an assault. That becomes an assault off top. A lot of reports are saying that they grabbed his book bag, broke his phone, snatched him up, came at him in an aggressive tone. And just like anybody in a stand your ground state, our brother acted by pulling out his tool, and then he went ahead and he took care of what he felt was a threat. All right. He reduced the threat that was in front of him. The same exact way everyone does in the United States of America. Let's go back, as we were talking about. All you heard about was stand your ground with George Zimmerman. Remember that, y'all? Let's go there. See, what we're doing now is that we're taking every excuse the system of supremacy gave us, and we're giving it back to them.
Amen.
Now I want you to go ahead and stand in every excuse that you gave. See, they don't like that, fam. See, What they want to do is dictate and say, "I can do it, you can't do it." All right? Every single thing that you're hearing about stand your ground, that's what they were talking about with George Zimmerman. Remember that with George Zimmerman, man? Y'all remember that? That was the main thing. Stand your ground, stand your ground, stand your ground, stand your ground. What about Daniel Penny? What about Daniel Penny? He initiated an assault on our good brother Jordan Neely, and he came up behind him, and there were no weapons involved. None at all. And the dominant side made him a millionaire. They dished out all the cash. Remember that now. This is what ended up occurring. You want instance after instance after instance. You want to talk about Mike Brown, that they said he walked through? Okay, Mike Brown, they try to basically tell you that he was like a zombie or something, okay? He's getting riddled up from a weapon, and they say he just walks through it. Just like walk right through it, okay? You see what we're talking about? It's funny how it flips whenever they're on the side that they don't want to be on. Pure contradiction. See, one thing about the system of supremacy, it operates in subterfuge, deception, manipulation, and contradictions. All right? That's what they always do. It does not matter. And it's our job to highlight that. See, back in the old days, brothers and sisters would be out there praying and begging. They would just be out there saying, no. Listen. Explain. We're done explaining, y'all. I was just talking about this the other day with my brother Church. The days of us overly explaining ourselves is over with. We've come to realize that explanations are a waste of damn time.
Thank you.
Keep on explaining yourself. They want you to explain yourself. Family, you don't think that these people know exactly what
I want him for Robert.
They know more than you do because they're the ones doing it. This thing where the dominant society doesn't understand what's going on, that is a farce. That is beneficial.
Hold on, Alpha. Okay. I want him for Robert. This is what we needed for Robert. We don't need these ones that don't know the history. If you don't know your history, you don't have no connection with your energy, with God and everything else like that. You cannot fight against these demons that's in the world without getting yourself harmed. You got to be trained in the soldier of the Lord. You can't fight this kind of stuff. This is coming from a high spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. You got to be connected with the Lord. But see, he ain't saying, but he's connected with the Most High, but he's in a free spirit. You see what I'm saying? Like seeing your people being slaughtered like that. You have to have a love for your people first. The love got to be deep. You can't be just going out here be like, free R. Kelly. No, we don't go down like that, boo. You got to have all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, pumped into you from the Lord. He's going to pump it into you, and then he's going to send you out. And you can't really be a person that like to sleep a lot, like to eat a lot, like to do a lot of weed, like to drink a lot. That's going to weaken your spirit. You got to clean yourself up. You got to at least take 3 or 4 days to fast and pray in order to get out there to do a fight like this. Anyway, can't be liking liquor too much. You can't be having a lot of weed in your system. Can't be having a lot of drinking and a lot of different foods in your system, all that fried food, all that. You got to clean your spirit up. You won't even have to use weapons. You don't have to.
Every single thing you do, does it benefit the culprit or does it benefit the victim? See, overly explaining, that benefits the culprit because they can just have your ass explaining for years. Why you still explaining reparations, black man? Why you still explaining self-defense, black man? See, there's a difference between explaining and telling. I'm not here to explain myself. I'm here to just do, and you can take it how you want. You can take it however you want. No more talk. Absolutely. See, they'll have you explaining yourself for years. Well, tell me what happened. Then they'll play games with you. You got to be cautious. They'll start playing games. They'll be like, well, I don't know. What do you know? We don't know everybody. Let's figure it out. Next thing you know, family, you start explaining to these people. Then you notice that you start going gray. And then you start losing your eyesight. Then you start losing your ability to walk. And one day you wake up and realize that you're 80 years old and it's too damn late. And the person that was making you explain by overly asking you, how do you feel? What do you want? What are your demands? Then you realize that person was playing with your ass the whole damn time. You see the difference between being behind and being in real time. We're about real time. We're going forward. Absolutely. Tamir Rice. Look at the situation with Tamir Rice. That actual dispatch called and said that that was a toy. And then the people showed up. They got out like they was in Vietnam. And what the dominant society do? They got behind the culprit. Notice that, family. It does not matter if it's a woman. It does not matter if it's a kid. It doesn't matter if you're unarmed. The dominant society always at 80 to 90% always support the culprit. Notice that, y'all. It does not matter. They always are on the side of the person who did the unaliving. Ain't that kind of strange? Ain't that kind of odd? Ain't that nasty work, y'all? It doesn't even matter. This is a first grade student, and they'll be like, I don't care. I'm on the side of the person who took him out. What? This is an old lady. I don't give a damn. She should have moved out the way. You see? They are going to be on their side no matter what. And that's what's going on with the situation. But now brothers and sisters are so savvy. We're looking at the situation and we're saying, okay, well, let's break this down the way that y'all don't want us to break it down. See, they thought we was going to be praying and begging the whole time, but now we're pulling out receipts, and the receipts are showing some things that they do not want to acknowledge. Fam, we own it.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Somebody by the name of Kevin Hayes posted over on Facebook. He says, the truth about Carmelo, let's set the record straight.
Oh,
Enough with the misinformation. Let's talk about facts. Number one, it's normal for students from different schools to gather under another school's tent. Carmelo had friends there. He wasn't trespassing or looking for trouble. Number two, the claim that one of the twins had never seen Carmelo before, a blatant lie. Now, I've heard the speculation that he knew them. This was not just somebody who they didn't know, that they had interactions before, which is really interesting. Why that's being left out of the story, I don't know. Let's keep going. No student has the right to remove another student from a school-owned tent. The school owns the tent, not the twins. Carmelo is a track athlete. The twins are not. He wasn't even expecting to see them there. Now, here's what they don't want you to know. The twins didn't just ask him to leave. They tried to jump him. Before attacking him, they tried to take his belongings, broke his phone, and stomped on it. The twins are known bullies. So ask yourself, if two 200-pound attackers came at your child, what would you expect them to do? Yet, despite everything the media is trying to destroy Carmelo's name, they keep posting a picture of him with an airsoft gun, not even a real firearm, an airsoft gun, not even a real firearm to manipulate public perception.
They did the same thing to R. Kelly.
Let's go. How old is it, y'all? How old we want to go there with these old, outdated things, fam? Everything they doing is old. We know the playbook. We know the playbook. We know the hustle, the con. The dominant society got the same dried up, old-ass material. They still finding every picture they can find. Trayvon Martin, he skipped school one day. Trayvon Martin, one day he was tardy by 3 minutes. That means he deserves to be harmed. This is what they're doing. What they're really trying to tell you psychologically, family, that is if you committed one thing that they don't deem is correct, then you have the right to be executed. That's really what they're saying. See, in the dominant society, you have to read between the lines and you have to do a lot of translation. Translation is look at him with this gun that's not even a real one, but we're going to perpetrate and manipulate. There goes the subterfuge again. This is the same thing they've done to everybody. Tamir Rice is a 12-year-old, and they were running around here saying, I don't care if he's 12, he's 5'9". As if that negates him being a baby. Do you see? And y'all know damn well, it'll be one of them, and they'll be 30 years old, talking about, look at this little boy. I know he's got a beard and a family, but he's such a nice young man. But then when they start talking about us, it'll be a young man that they'll start trying to say is an old man. They'll just flip-flop. They'll take their kids and they'll try to take their kids somewhere else. And when it comes to our kids, they try to keep us where they want us. That's the difference. If you're a grown W, they'll make you a kid. If you're a kid and you're black, then they'll try to turn you into an adult. This is the system of supremacy at play. We know the routines. We know the hustle. It would behoove us to go down the same damn lane that we've been going down for the last 20 years.
And why? Because they want to paint him as a criminal instead of a victim. Let's talk about who Carmelo is. A respectful, well-mannered young man, a 4.0 student with multiple college offers, a kid with zero criminal history, not even a blemish, and a son raised in a loving home by parents who taught him right from wrong. A life was lost, and that is tragic. But what also is tragic is the way the media is twisting this story to fit their own agenda. Carmelo defended himself against violent aggressors. This is not a crime. Do not let the media race bait you. Do not let them manipulate the facts. Justice will prevail. And of course, we know that they only posted Carmelo's mugshot, not even him with his football gear, him with his suit on, but they did, in fact, make sure to post the victim in his football gear and the victim in his school pictures. Why not do that for Carmelo as well? This is something that we always see.
That's what I always said. They always do that. And people, this is why I had to bring this to you. This was your treat today. The channel is, because I got to get out of here, it's Black Alpha. I'm going to put it in here. Black, I don't hit something.